those two virtual cards. Then we are installing the graphics driver on that particular VMs, and the workloads told by the client, such as uh, benchmarking workloads, we can say, like imaging value, then 3D mark, 2D mark, then spec view, full mark. These types of benchmarking workloads we were executing on that virtual machines uh, to check the performance of the GPU. We are checking the FPS value basically there, frames per second value, and also the GPU and CPU utilization we are checking on that. Then additionally, like GATS workloads also we were executing graphics acceleration test support workloads. So for that also we were checking the pass and fail test cases, and we need to update the result to the client according to that. In my third project, like currently I'm working in an Android testing project. So here, like we are getting releases from the client each week. Every week we are getting the releases. Currently, we are working with the various Android platforms such as the bare metal VM, then MDR, Makefiles, and ALOS, Aluminium OS. So for each platform, we are getting the builds from our client, and we need to flash those builds on. Suppose MDL build came, then we need to flash it on the MDL board basically. Uh, then we need to flash the acronym first, then we need to flash the acronym, the NVMe which we are using with the latest version provided by the client. We are flashing that. Then the build we are flashing on that board, and then we are starting our execution basically. As I told in Zafar skill, we have the test plan created already by the client uh, with various campaigns, and we are starting our execution like that is the manual execution, manual skill execution we are doing, and we are updating the results in Zafar skill itself, like pass, fail, and if the test case is failing, we are using the bug for it. If the earlier bugs are there, and we are checking those bugs also, we are if those are working in the current build, then we are removing, we are like closing those bugs and uh, updating the test results. Parallelly, like in power and performance, we are doing like A2DP syncing, then uh, USB mass storage, test cases, frame rate. Uh, so this type of test case we are doing in PNP power performance test, in PCB UDP we are doing in that. Also in AFT, we are doing the automation basically. Uh, the automation code is already written by the client. Framework is ACS we are using here, and to trigger the automation basically on the same test cases which we are doing in manual execution. Then Android related features we are performing with CTS compatibility test suite, vendor test suite, and uh, touch KPI, boot KPI also we are doing basically. Uh, Compatibility test suite like we are doing for check the software compatibility, software related things, and VTS we are doing for checking the hardware related compatibility or hardware abstraction we are doing the things. We are testing by the VTS basically in the test suite. CTS basically we are doing to achieve the certification from the Android compatibility certification we are achieving. For that, we need to perform the CTS, and vendor test suite is for the vendor side. We need to perform basically. So manufacturers are doing are performing the vendor test suite on that Android. So these are all things we are performing, and I have done my projects. Basically.
It sounds like you have experience working with different hardware and testing procedures. Let's dive into a specific protocol, PCIe. Can you explain the key differences between PCIe General 3 and PCIe Gen 4 in terms of speed and bandwidth capabilities?
PCI Gen 3 and PCI Gen 4, like uh, PCI, the PCI basically we are using in graphics testing, like for in the suppose in pass through when we were enabling that time we were using the PCI basically, like we were enabling the PCI pass through when we are using the pass through. Like GPU pass through, the GPU physical cards we are using there for testing the graphics. That time we are using the PCI pass through turned on, which is enabled. And for the other settings, like when we need to virtualize the card, that time we were disabling the PCI pass through. Basically, uh, PCI Gen 3 PCI Gen 4. Yeah, not able to.
It seems like you have some familiarity with PCIe protocols. Let's dive deeper into this topic. Can you explain the concept of PCIe lanes and how they relate to data transfer rates in GPUs? Feel free to use examples to illustrate your points.
PCI lanes have actually basically contains two wires like RX and TX, like one pair for transmitting the data and one pair for receiving the data. Yes, and then like it depends on the number of lanes. Like if you have the more lanes, then more bandwidth will be there. Then if lanes are negotiated during the linking, then that's all about the PCI.
It seems like you are mixing up some concepts. It's okay to skip this question if you're unsure. Let's simplify things a bit. Can you explain what PCIe stands for and its primary function in computer systems?
PCI stands for like the peripheral component interconnect express basically. It's like high speed serial computer expansion bus standard used to connect hardware devices like graphics card, then NVMe SSD, network cards, then Wi-Fi adapters. PCI has replaced the older bus standard like the PCI and EGP, so offering much higher data transfer rate and speeds also. And also we are getting the more flexibility with the use of PCI.
The candidate provided some information about different bus standards and their advancements. Let's dive deeper into PCIe protocol. Can you explain the difference between PCIe General 3 and Gen 4 in terms of data transfer rates and bandwidth improvements?
Uh, PCI 3 and PCI 4 like bandwidth is a 16 GB per second in PCI 3 round, and in PCI 4 the bandwidth is a 32 GB per second approx. Uh, then data transfer rate like 8 giga 8 giga